All right, this video is an update on how to install the DVD player in a Cadillac CTS. I start off by first saying I take no credit. MJ0202 and Darkwing Frog, I followed their setup. If you watch my first video, then download all the information that you need from the sites that I give you. The rest of this you can follow, but I'm gonna make this as simple as I can for you. I got a lot of questions about the hookup, so now I'm pulling my radio out. I'm showing you the exact of the hookup. Don't let all these wires confuse you, because really it's only about 3-4 wires that we're gonna only be concerned with. Now the first thing is the power wire. If you can see this yellow wire right here and this black wire, and it's hooked into the radio, and that is the power and the ground. I hook those to the cigarette lighter right here. Just attach another wire. That's my yellow wire. That's the ground wire. All right. I'm gonna get back to your power that make it switch on and off in just 1 second. The part I think they got a lot of people is getting your sound. I told you was gonna need a pair of jacks, simple jacks that you use to run from the unit into your amp. But what you're gonna do with those jacks, you're gonna cut them. You're gonna leave enough room on them after you cut them so you have a little working space. But you're gonna take the ends. It's 2 ends to each side. That's the most important thing, to get those 2 ends out. It can be hard doing it without actually breaking your wires. What I do is I use a lighter. I burn them off. It leaves all the wires intact. You can get the connection you need. Now what you're gonna do with those is, like I was telling y'all, the middle plug is tan. You gotta remove that middle plug. The other 2 you leave in. This the middle plug. As you can see, my wire running right here. The wires that you're gonna cut are, see if you can see those. I don't know if you can make out all those colors. There you go. But I cut them, far enough back, and I went back in the hardness a little bit so that I could make my connections. And you're gonna take from one side of it, and you're gonna connect where you cut for your 2 light greens at. You're gonna connect them to one side of this, to those 2 wires. The other side, where you have the brown wire and the dark green, you're gonna connect those to the other 2 sides. You're gonna take the ends of these and you're gonna plug them into the back of your radio. Now mine is right here. It's not actually mounted to the back of the radio. And it's the right RCA. And this is for channel output. That's what the tags say. Channel output. Left channel output. You're just gonna plug them into there. You got your sound. Now, for a lot of people were wondering, how did I get it to switch on and off? The on and off switch is gonna be your red wire. Now I took this wire and I ran it all the way through the back, around the sides, up on the hill. And I ran it under this all the way to my fuse box. As you can see, the wire coming right here. Now you can see that plug that I use. That's the 10. So now you got your power, your ground, your constant power and ground, which is hooked to the cigarette lighter. Your remaining wire, you run the wire all the way around and you plug it into this one right here, which is your HVAC, which basically comes on and off with your car. What I also did with this plug was, I'm just gonna say, for instance, if you tap in right here, you can run another wire from here, and you run that wire to through the back and put it to your trunk, and you can hook your amp up. That's your remote wire for your amp as well. I know y'all seen the video of it all working, but I'm gonna try to set this back in right quick, and I'm gonna still show it to you. So I hope y'all seen that. The middle plug is 10. Cut your 4 wires. You don't even have to plug this back in. Cut those 4 wires. Use your jacks. Get them right. One side. Both of the light greens. The other side, dark green and brown. You don't want to bolt everything back down because you want to make sure that, you know, your sound coming through, and make sure that, you know, both of them hooked up correct. You might have to switch, you know, the 2 wires around to get your sound right. So I hope y'all saw my first video. Y'all done did the mods you needed to do, because actually just looking at your radio and just trying to do it, it ain't gonna work. You need to make sure you done did these modifications. Let me get this back in. Just gonna set it in there. Switch it on. Alright, my phone disconnected, but here we back. Everything working. What I did want to show you is that you have 2 volume settings. So what I did is I turned mine all the way up, and I use my steering wheel control for the volume. Alright. Other thing I wanted to show you, we ain't got no pack, just that simple hooked up. I just hit
OnStar ready.
OnStar ready.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Alright, and then once I switch off, you're gonna hear all your bells on it. So I mean, you know, everything's still working. Let me show you the trunk, just in case for those of y'all. Simple way to hook up your amp. I got a converter, and you got 2 wires coming from it. With these 2 wires, all you do, run your wire, hook it into your speaker, positive and negative. The 2 jacks, plug your jacks in, run those jacks straight to your amp. There you go. So that's the new setup. Oh, and for those of y'all that were wondering, you can get them on 6s. Holla at your boy Underground Ring King. WT Woods, I hope this got you. Everybody else that had questions, I hope this is the answer for you. You like the video? Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching the first video.